When you're on your journey to building your online affiliate marketing business, you will face many trials and hurdles in which you must overcome. Whether you've been around for a while or if you're starting from scratch, it's so easy to get distracted as there are so many different tools and options that are available to a point that it is completely overwhelming and very distracting. But the one thing that is important, and yes, I did make these mistakes when I first started, is that it's easy to get distracted when really we should be just focusing on one aspect and one avenue. If you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know that I create content on my YouTube channel where I try to help others to make good decisions regarding how to build a business online and even follow along on my journey also, as I too am learning different things all of the time. So when I figure out certain things or when I understand how things work, I like to be able to go and implement it and then teach it to others that also need help. And in this case, this is one of those practices, because even when we do have access to different tools and resources to build like our websites, there's so many different platforms out there, to be honest. There's so many that it's just ridiculous. With examples such as hosting with like Bluehost, Namecheap, GoDaddy, to name but a few. Then you have other types of website page builders with the likes of Thrive Themes, Elementor, among many others, that are all great tools, don't get me wrong, and they all work seamlessly with the likes of your WordPress dashboard, which I've used here to even build different variations of websites that I have been working on over the last number of years. And while they are good, even with the likes of email autoresponders, while they are good and are quick to get set up with, the problem you often have is, yes, you can sign up for free, but you're usually restricted to certain boundaries of what you can do and what you can't do. And another issue that you have with a lot of these platforms is that once you have signed in, they will start you off usually at a basic price, but then gradually over time, every year, they start to increase the price. And they don't just increase it by, say, a couple of cents. They can increase it by up to 10, 20, or even a couple of €100 or dollars at a time. So now if you're making money, yeah, by all means, you can just reinvest that back into the prices. But if you find, especially in your early months when you're just starting out, if you find that you're spending more than you're actually bringing in, which I can guarantee almost most of you watching this, that is actually happening. You're spending so much money trying to implement all of these strategies and features, but you're not making enough back with regards to commissions, sales, even gaining clients, that it isn't feasible in the long run. Because most of you starting out more than likely have a day job, you have a family, you have other commitments and responsibilities, and trying to keep up with that while also trying to keep up with the multitude of different bills and tools and resources and everything that comes with it, it's just a headache, in all honesty. It really is. I know years ago that was a thing because realistically we didn't have as many all-in-one systems that we can use. Luckily there are a few that are available today, but again, some of them are very, very expensive, and they usually will charge a premium just for their services. But if you're just starting out, ideally you want something that is low key, that's low investment, that isn't really going to cost you too much money. You can literally get started with it for free, and then you can implement or pay then at a later stage. And I also found myself falling into this category to some degree at certain stages, as yes, it is good to make money online, but the money that you make also has to go back into your business. It's not a case of just going and spending on a night out thinking, oh yeah, I'll just have a bit of fun. No, because the bills are still going to rack up, they're still going to increase. So what you need to do is you want to find a system that provides everything with more accessibility, that's easy to use, and preferably all in the one place if you can help it. Because having all of these tools and resources, while like I said, yes, they are good, but they also add additional expenses, and they can rack up to hundreds if not thousands per year, which can definitely be far too much for some or for many, and like it has been for me in many cases as well. So what's the solution? Well, the solution that I'm following is to take everything that I have been building and to start putting it into one platform, which we have here with Systeme or Systeme. There'll be a link to it in the description. Now, I have used this in the past. It is a good platform, but what it does have is allows you to get started for free, and you can have, and as you can see here, you can have up to 2,000 contacts in your email list, send unlimited emails. You can have up to 3 sales funnels with a variety of different funnel steps. You can have 1 blog, unlimited blog posts. You can set up 1 course. There's so many different integrations and features here that is all in the one platform, and again, you're getting this for free. Like when you look at all of these other platforms, you have to pay pretty much just to get started, to even have or unlock certain limitations, and then you're still bound by certain features that you have to pay more money for in order to get access. Whereas this here, you have most of it here, all in one go. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm literally going to be taking everything that I've created on most of my blogs and websites that I use alongside of my YouTube channel, and I'm just going to build out a new website, which you can all follow along with here, as I will be making a series of videos on. And I'm just going to walk you through the process of what I'm doing, so that way then I can have a much more simplified business asset that's easier to access and is more manageable, more maintainable, and I don't have to be clicking around on different pages, looking at different tools, trying to find what I need and where to find it, and getting lost in the process and even getting distracted along the way, which is what will happen. At least by having everything in the one place, there is a less chance or less a possibility of that happening. So I'm literally just going to go through all of the pages on my website, and I'm literally just going to copy everything over onto new pages inside of my page builder platform here in Systeme as well. As you can see here on the dashboard, it has pretty much everything that you need. You have an affiliate dashboard, student dashboard, a marketplace, you can add in your own contacts, you can add in your own funnel, emails, newsletters. I'm going to try and cover as much of this as I possibly can and just show you what I'm doing. But if you do want more help with regards to how all of these processes work and how everything can be set up from scratch, that will go into even more detail. If you click the link below in the description, it will take you over to Taking Action Online, which is an online community of other affiliate marketers that are also starting out in their journey. But inside, the training is very valuable and it's resource heavy with loads of updated tutorials. And they're also using Systeme now to build out the business, and they're showing you step by step how to get the website started from scratch, how to set up your Google Analytics in order to get your website profiled on the Google search results, plus how to set up your domains connected to your dashboard, even through your emails. It will show you that entire process in more detail. But even if you want to watch these videos and follow what I'm doing, I'm just going to take you along with what I'm doing here, because I do have some of the content created, so it's a case of just creating new pages and copying most of the stuff over, which I'm going to do. So you can watch that and then you can get an idea of what's actually happening in real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed things up a little, because it will take a long time to go through everything. But what I'll do is I'll explain everything along the way of what I'm clicking on, what options do what things, and my intentions behind every choice that I make. Because if I sit here and explain it to you, it will take ages, it'll take hours, which will be too long for this video or this series of videos to really pile everything in. So I will condense all of the information down into shorter snippets so that it's easier to understand. So no time like the present, let's get started with transitioning everything over onto this platform so that we can get things more streamlined and just make things easier for ourselves in the long run. So all I'm going to be doing here is literally just transferring everything over from my other websites onto this blog, just to showcase everything that I'm actually doing. Now, it's not going to be perfect at the moment, it's literally just to get everything transferred over and I can work on it at a later stage. It's just, the reality is when we're trying to obviously build a business, but you want to try and cut back on unnecessary elements such as costs or tools and stuff and resources that you're no longer using. So you need to make that tough choice. Unfortunately, it's not going to be an easy one for everybody, but the reality is, as in with a lot of these things, is that sometimes you do have to make those sacrifices, which I've had to learn to make. So all I'm literally doing is just copying and pasting all of the stuff that I have created. So I'm creating all of the necessary website pages, which are disclaimer pages, affiliate disclaimers, privacy policies, and I'm just updating everything as I go. But like I said, it's still going to be work in progress. It's still going to take a while to literally just tidy everything up and just to make each of the pages look more presentable, but I'll do that again in my own time. All I'm doing here is just kind of like showing you a quick synopsis of exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, but it's just to give you an idea of what's actually happening. What I'm also doing here is that I'm also making a lead magnet as well. I'm using Canva to create an ebook, so I'm taking content that I've already previously created and all I'm doing is literally just adjusting it and making it into some sort of downloadable format, which you can do if you've already copied or created your own type of content elsewhere. You can reuse that content as a free lead magnet so that you can then sell to your audience or just to get them in to sign up to your email list. The whole goal of this here is obviously you want to keep building your business, but you want to just simplify everything, like I said earlier, because when you have too many tools, there's too many distractions. Now, I know in the beginning when we're starting out, it's easy to get caught up in that, and if you're able to afford to do so, and if it's more easier for you to do it, then by all means you can do. But you will get to a point, especially if you find that you're not making the level of sales or income that you want to make. There's always that caveat and choice that you will have to really make at a later stage, thinking to yourself, well, should I stick with what I'm doing but it's costing me more money, or should I invest my time in an area that's going to save me money so that I can have everything in the one place, so that I don't have to keep looking and clicking and bouncing around everywhere, which does take a lot of time. In fairness, it does. So as I'm with here, all I'm doing is setting up all of the campaigns, even setting up the email list, and I've set up the download link so that when people sign up through the landing page that I've created, there'll be a link in the description. Once you sign up, you will gain access to the downloadable PDF that you can then use, and it will also give you some insights as to what you need to do to get started. But all I'm doing here is setting up the automation processes, is that when someone clicks and enters into the list, you'll see differences in scenarios of what people will get. But you'll also see here, once I go back into the Systeme dashboard, once you've tested everything out, you can see here that it works and that your emails or whoever signed up will show up on live updates or feeds, so that you can see exactly who your customers or clients are, which is good to know, because at least then you can keep on top of everything. But if you wanted more detailed aspect of how to set everything up in general, you can check out the Taking Action Online program. There'll be a link below, and you will get a full step-by-step process of how to set up all of the correct elements that's even more detailed. Now again, even though everything's in the one place, you still will need to use a few additional tools in order to make this work. You will need to sign up with a domain hosting program, and you will need to set up additional elements in order to correctly and effectively automate your emails, because even though you can set up campaigns in the free Systeme background here, because it's free, there's a possibility, especially with new updates with Google and Yahoo and so forth, there's a very good chance that your emails may not get to their intended destination. So you'll have to let your users know to check their spam folders and vice versa. But there is workarounds for that, but unfortunately you will have to pay and use some additional tools and features in order to overcome those hurdles. But again, all that's covered in the training platform below in the description if you want to find out more. But if you want to learn more about the processes of Systeme and how it can be used to build your business, again, you can get started. There'll be a link below and you can follow along, as I will be doing updates on what I'm doing here so that you can follow along with. And be sure to stick around, as I will be providing more information and guidance about these processes and how else I can help you with your affiliate marketing journey. And if you are looking for more additional avenues and help with other resources and guides, you can check out this video on screen to see more.